in less than a week, we are going to be summoning for the great and powerful character known as Xuan. At least I am. I know for a fact, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are. And what's not to like about Xuan, to be honest? I love her aesthetic. She's definitely not my top tier waifu. Looking at you, Kafka. But she's definitely a solid choice for, you know, somebody's favorite character. And honestly, I love the aesthetic of Xuan. It really reminds me of Kokomi's aesthetic, and people have disagreed with me in the past on that, but you know, it's neither here nor there. But I digress. We're not here to talk about how Xuan looks or if she's the top waifu material. We're here to talk about a build guide. So today we're going to be talking about what you need to do to ascend her from level 1 to level 80, and of course give you some tips on how to build her before she releases. Now of course, y'all, if you like the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell to be notified of when the next Honkai Star Rail video comes out. Guys, of course, I am sponsored by Gamer Subs, where you get 10% off using code TYSTRA and get yourself some gluten-free, keto-friendly energy drink that is good for you. Yes, all natural caffeine, no crazy additives like most energy drinks. So if you guys want that, definitely click the link down below. But of course, without any further delay, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Xuan, everybody. Xuan is a quantum preservation character, and I am stoked for her. I think that she's going to be a lot of fun in general, and honestly, it's not to say anything about, you know, anything bad about Fire Trailblazer, but I'm so ready to try some other preservation character. So let's go ahead and first talk about it for a second. Let me get my swig of water real quick. Now, for this character, we're going to focus first on the Ascension materials. You're going to need these right here, these artifacts modules, which are, you know, they're Ascension materials. That's the best thing I can come up with, to be honest, when it comes to this. But these are upgrades for traces and stuff like that, and also for Ascensions. You, of course, have the artifacts cogwheels as well, and then followed by these artifacts gyre hearts. You're going to need 5 of the green, you're gonna need 15 of the blue, and 15 of the purple. That's only to do your ascensions, so remember that. We're gonna be talking about these a little bit later on for the trace materials. Now, of course, you're also going to need 65 of the nail of the ape. Now, you could get these from the new stagnant shadow that is for the preservation character known as Xuan, and of course the abundance character known as Lynx. And you're going to need a grand total of 65 of these. If you are maxed in your levels, at least to be able to challenge the highest level difficulty, you're going to get 5 per run, just about. So you think about it, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, that's 12, 13. You're gonna need 13 runs of them. That's pretty easy to do, especially when it's only, I think it's like 30 Trailblaze power to do it. I don't know, I just go through them like crazy. So that's not too bad, especially since now we got guys, we got 240 on resin every day now. Like at max, we don't have to worry about over capping. That's crazy. So let's go ahead and dive in now to the trace materials that we're talking about. As you can see right here, we're going to go back to these artifacts really quick. You're going to need 41 more of these green artifacts, which means that you're going to need 46 in total. And then when it comes to where is it? Where's the blues? There it is. The blues. You get 56 right here for the artifacts cogwheels, and you add that 15 in there. That's going to be 71 of the blues, followed by 58 more of the purple artifacts gyre hearts, which of course you add that 15 in there for a spicy 73 of the purples. I'm pretty sure I mathed that correctly. Did I math that correctly? I think I did math that correctly. So that's a lot. And you got to look at it as the rule of threes, because 3 of the greens make the blue, 3 of the blues make the purple. The rule of threes with Hoyoverse games, I'm telling you. Now, of course, there's also another thing that you're going to need for these trace level ups. As you can see right here, you get these from the preservation corrosive, I think it is, if I remember that correctly. But I could be getting these stages wrong. But this is the preservation materials that you get from the preservation stage. It's 10 per round. You can do up to 60 at most, and then you have to do the rematch thing. But anyways, I digress. You're going to need 18 of these endurance of bronze. You're going to need 69 of the oaths of steel and 139 of the safeguards of amber. Now, again, you're going to be getting a lot of these, but you're going to need a lot more of them. It's pretty crazy how, like, the trace grind, at least to me, for Honkai Star Rail is worse than any other grind in Genshin Impact. But I feel as though also it's way more rewarding. Now, of course, we also got these Regret of Infinite Ochema, which these can be found by battling Vantilia, the new world boss for Honkai Star Rail. Or not really new, she came out last update, but you get these from her. You're gonna need 12 in total to get all your traces up, and you get about, I think, 2 to 3 per run. So not too bad, about 2 to 3 weeks of grinding and you got it. And then of course, you're gonna also need 8 tracks of destiny, which we get those by an overabundance. So you got plenty. Now, of course, if we add the 300k from Ascensions and of course the 3 million from Trace Material Ascensions, you're gonna need a grand total of 3.3 million credits, which is a lot. For me right now, I'm having to deal with the fact that I got 4.8 million because I've been saving. I'm waiting until we get to a point in the story or a point in updates where we're just gonna get a bunch of reruns, which would be great because I wanna catch up on these characters so badly. I'm having a hard time keeping up. Now, let's go ahead and talk about how you're going to build your Xuan, and let's talk about, of course, light cones. Her first light cone, which is the one that she is over, or not over, but it's her light cone, is called She Already Shut Her Eyes. Now, this goes as follows. Increases the wearer's max HP by 24% and the energy recharge rate by 12%, yeah. When the wearer's HP is reduced, all allies' damage dealt increases by 9%, lasting 2 turns. At the end of the start, or at the start of every wave, reduces HP to all allies by an equal amount to 80% of the respective lost HP, which is pretty good. You want to make sure that you take care of that. We'll be talking about the abilities here in a bit and why this is important, okay? Up next, we got the Texture of Memories, which is another 5-star, and you get this from, actually, I believe it's Simulated Universe. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Increases the wearer's effect resistance by 8%. If the wearer is attacked and has no shield, they gain a shield equal to 16% of their max HP for 2 turns. This effect can only be triggered once every 3 turns. If the wearer has a shield when attacked, the damage they receive is decreased by 12%, which is pretty dang good. But of course, if you don't want to use a 5-star, you could use Landau's Choice. Landau's Choice goes as follows. The wearer is more likely to be attacked and damage taken is reduced by 16%. Pretty simple, but effective. You want to take less damage. And then of course, for all you guys out there that don't want to run a 4-star, we do have a 3-star option here with Defense. When the wearer unleashes their ultimate, they restore HP by 18% of their max HP. Now, what's really crazy about this is it's called Defense and has nothing to do with your defensive capabilities, but it does work out because again, Xuan's gonna actually go with that defense, or not defense, HP. Now, let's go ahead and go back to here because I want to talk about her abilities, because I did accidentally skip over that. That's my bad, but we're going to talk about it now. So, excuse me, we got the skill right here. Known by stars, shown by hearts. Activates Matrix of Presence, via which other party members will distribute 65% of their damage they receive before the damage is mitigated. Sorry, I'm having a hard time reading. Mitigated by any shields to Xuan for 3 turns. When affected by the Matrix of Precedence, all team members gain the Knowledge effect, which increases their respective max HP by 7.5% of Xuan's max HP and increases crit rate by 15%. When Xuan is knocked down, the Matrix of Precedence will be dispelled. So it's really important that you keep your Xuan healed and you also have high HP, which is why something along the lines of, you know, she already shut her eyes does make a lot of sense to have. Now let's go ahead and go into the ultimate here, the Woes of Many morphed to 1. Deals quantum damage equal to 120% of Xuan's max HP to all enemies, and obtains 1 trigger count of the HP restore effect granted by Xuan's talent, which is pretty nuts. It's pretty crazy. If we look at these traces as well, you know, when you activate this trace right here for the skill, when Matrix of Precedence is active, Xuan will regenerate 20 extra energy, which is why you want to boost her up with energy. And Lorraine the Sex, we'll just go with that. If a target enemy applies crowd control debuffs to allies while the Matrix of Precedence is active, all allies will resist all crowd control debuffs applied by the enemy target during the current action. The effect can only be triggered once when Matrix of Precedence is activated again, the number of times this effect can be triggered will reset. And then of course we got the ultimate bonus trace right here, Donjia, the Meta Mystic. When Fu Xuan's ultimate is used, heals all other allies by an equal amount of 5% of Fu Xuan's max HP plus 133. That's extra healing. That's fantastic. You want to make sure that you're like getting that for sure. Bleak Bleeds Bliss is the talent, which is a restore talent. When Fu Xuan is still active on the field, Misfortune Avoidance is applied to the entire team. With Misfortune Avoidance allows... With Misfortune Avoidance, God, I am out of it right now. Take 22% less damage. When Fu Xuan's current HP falls to 50% of her max HP or less, HP Restore will be triggered for Fu Xuan, restoring her HP by 95% of the amount of HP she is currently missing, and the effect cannot be triggered if she receives a killing blow. The effect possesses 1 trigger count by default and can have a maximum of 2 trigger counts, which is pretty nuts. And then we have our technique of Fortune Comes Fate. After the technique is used, all team members receive a barrier lasting for 20 seconds. This barrier can block all enemy attacks, and the team will not enter battle when attacked. Entering battle with the barrier, or when the barrier is active, will have Fu Xuan automatically activate Matrix of Precedence at the start of the turn, lasting 2 turns, which is pretty dang crazy. So ultimately, as you can see with Fu Xuan, your biggest buffs are going to be HP and energy restoration. So why is that important? We're going to be talking about now these relics. So let's go ahead and get into Longevous Disciple, which is my number 3 pick for your character. So this is for the 4-piece, by the way. Increases max HP by 12%, which is fantastic on the 2-piece, but 4-piece, when the wearer is hit or has their HP consumed by an ally or themselves, their crit rate increases by 8% for 2 turns and up to 2 stacks, which is why this could actually be kind of a benefit for Fu Xuan, but at the same time, like, you don't have to really focus on crit rate with Fu Xuan, to be quite honest. Crits are not the most important unless you're going for a sub DPS build for your Fu Xuan. But I'm going more of a like tank build, so the 2-piece works for me. So if you're gonna run a 2-piece, we're gonna talk about other 2 pieces that you could actually run with her. Let's go ahead and first talk about Of Guard of Withering Snow, because this 2-piece combined with Longevous is actually my number 2 pick. Reduces damage taken by 8%, which is big. You want to make sure that you're reducing your damage. Of course, that's fantastic if you're able to do that. And then of course, we'll talk about Messenger Traversing Hackerspace. That's my number 1 pick as a 2-piece with Longevous. Now of course the 2-piece here is increases speed by 6%. Speed is a factor. You're going to need to buff up your speed a little bit as well. It's actually, I think, either the 2nd or 3rd stat that you want to mainly focus on. Now of course we can't go into builds without talking about these 2 artifact sets that come from Simulated Universe. So we got Fleet of the Ageless here, the 2-piece that's going to be the last 2 of what you're going to need. Increase the wearer's max HP by 12%. When the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher, all allies attack increases by 8%. That is a huge win, and honestly this is my top pick for another 2-piece. But you can use the Broken Keel as well, which the 2-piece increases the wearer's effective resistance by 10%, and the wearer's effect resistant when the wearer's effect resistance is at 30% or higher, all allies crit damage increases by 10%, which is good. But again, I would still say Fleet of the Ageless. So if we're going with this, I would honestly say that your 2-piece should be Longevous. We're going to click out of the guard right there. Longevous, Hackerspace, and Fleet of the Ageless. I think that's your triple set that you're going to need. Now, the things that you're going to want to focus on are as followed. If you're going for a tank build, you want to focus on your HP percentage as your top priority. You want to focus on your ERR, or sorry, not ERR. You'll get that with one of your pieces, to be honest. But you want to focus on your HP first, your effect resistance, and then your speed. You could actually flip-flop effect resistance and speed, to be honest, especially if you want to make sure that you hit that 120 or higher for Fleet of the Aegis, as you see right here. And then of course you could run something like HP flat. But if you're going for a tank, I did get some notes from somebody else. Big shout out to Stefan here. And the sub DPS goes as follows. Your focus is crit, HP percentage, speed, and more HP. Now, I'm going to go for a tank build. So my focuses are HP percentage, effect resistance, speed, and HP flat if I truly want to get another one. But I digress. That's what it is. And then, of course, your main stats are as follows. For your chest piece, you want to focus HP percentage. For your boots, you want to have a speed on there. You want the speed. For your orb, for Fleet of the Ageless, you want HP percentage. And then, of course, for your little chain that you have, you can either go HP percentage, or I truly believe you should go ERR. I think that's your best bet. Now, of course, if you're going to wail for Xuan, let's go ahead and talk about the Eidolons really quick to finish it out here. Eidolons, if you go for E1, you get Dominus Passus, which the knowledge effect increases crit damage by 30%, which is a huge crit damage boost. Optimus Felix, which is the E2, if any team member is struck by a killing blow while Matrix of Precedence is active, then all allies who were struck by the killing blow during the action will not be knocked down, and 70% of their max HP is immediately restored. That's huge. That's like an instant reset. E3 and E5 are just talent upgrades, so we already know that. E4, Fortune Stellaris, when other allies under Matrix of Precedence are attacked, Xuan regenerates 5 energy. Not bad. And then, of course, we have the last one here for E6, Omnia Vita. Once Matrix of Precedence is activated, it will keep a tally of the total HP lost by all team members in the current battle. Xuan's ultimate damage will increase by 200% of this tally of HP lost. This tally is also capped at 120% of Xuan's max HP, and the tally value will reset and reaccumulate after Xuan's ultimate is used. So take 120% of Xuan's HP and then multiply it by 200%, and that's what you get for ultimate damage. She becomes the DPS. Xuan is going to be a fun character, at least in my personal opinion, and I can't wait to try her out, to be honest, because I think that she will be that fun character that's needed. I think I'm just gonna go E0. I usually go for E0 on these. Plus, I'm not free to play on Honkai Star Rail, but I'm minnow. I'm a very big minnow, so we might go dolphin after this, but who knows. But I'm not gonna go for any not constellations, but Eidolons. But yeah, that's really all I can say about Xuan. She looks like she's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait to try her out instead of Fire Trailblazer. Now, y'all, thank you for stopping by and watching this video. I do apologize if it seems like I'm out of it. I'm very, very tired. Been burning the candle at both ends, y'all. Getting way too old. But yes, I do apologize if it seems like I'm out of it and bouncing around the place. Hopefully my message came clear with Xuan. I can't wait till she comes out. I'm very, very excited for her. But once again, guys, that's gonna be it. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to entertain you. We will be back again with another Honkai Star Rail video very soon. We still gotta talk about Lynx, and I think Lynx is gonna be a very fun 4-star abundance character. But yep, that's gonna be it, y'all. Love you to death, and as always, we'll catch you all in the next video. Please take care and be safe.